Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I hope everyone is having a fantastic and wonderful day today, and everything is awesome and wonderful and fantastical in your world. Easy Games, hello there. Good evening. Everything is good in your world there. That everything is working out beautifully well. I am somewhat paranoid that my chat isn't necessarily working properly, but we'll carry on and see what happens. See how this goes. I should have probably tested it before I even started, but it doesn't matter because well, we're streaming, and whether the chat works or not, who knows. So we're going to play more Foundry. We are going to do advanced machine parts and concrete today. Now we've got the concrete done, we just need to train for that, so that's easy. So there's half the stream done already. Woohoo! So what we need to do instead is the advanced machine parts. Sorry, I need to get more comfortable. There we go, that's better. So, shall we jump in and give this a go? I think we should. I think we should jump in, give this a go, and see what we can achieve today. Yeah. Okay. Go. It worked when it ran it the first time. Nice. Yay. Okay. Move that over there a little bit. That might help. That might help with some things. There we go. What are you want? Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Right, okay. So, we have concrete here that needs a train. Let's go and do that first, shall we? Because that's the easy one. Would you...
Hello there.
Go to concrete. Hello there. Tag, hello there. Good evening. I hope you're having a good day today. Everything is awesome in your world. I have a new chat client that hopefully is going to work. I need to edit a couple of things in it because it's still yeah. You can see chat, and chat works on all three things. And I spent now my HTML skills are terrible, really bad. It's been a long time since I've done anything. But I probably spent 4 hours after the stream last night with Google with googling so many things about trying to get this working, and eventually got to a point where I was basically rewriting the chat client myself. Yeah, well, I say myself with the help of Google. Google was suggesting lots of stuff, and I was putting it in there and going, now that don't work and that does and this don't work, so I'm going to take this part and that part and this part and put it together. So yeah, but it works, and it should work on all of them, and it should do the same things it did last time. I'm just not entirely sold on the big purple thing that says Twitch, because YouTube would have a big red one that says YouTube, and Kick would have a green one that says Kick. I might change them to just be like a T, Y, and K. So, you know, or maybe their logos. Maybe change them to be their logos. That would be an idea, wouldn't it? That would probably be a smart idea to do, wouldn't it? Okay. So, does anybody remember the numbers that we were doing here? Was we doing? We wasn't doing 1280, was we? No, because that's not right. So it's going to be 1032. And then we round it down to 64. So 1030. No. 10. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 1020. 1024. 64. It's going to be 64 of them. We need 64 of these. Why does that look blurry? No. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. There's no graphic settings in here. So this needs to go 64 times. Each one needs to go 64 times. So let's just I don't want to grab any of them. I literally want to. But I'll tell you what. 64 times 3 is 192. So, if we was to pick up this conveyor belt here, on the conveyor belt, from there, 192 tiles. That wasn't intentional. So, char. There. So the final machine should be there. I don't remember how big they are. Final machine should be there. They will then have 4 lines that come out. I just want to figure out the spacing. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out where. So the 4 lines will come at the end, come back, and then go to a train that's going to be parked here. Which is fine. We can do that. That's not a problem. We just want to figure out where we're going to come down. I can't duplicate this because it's too wide. Although it could move that way. How wide is this whole thing? How wide does it need to be? That's starting belt there as the minimum part. Okay. Oh, we need to run back down there. Okay. So that's the minimum. I'd like at least 1 tile off the edge because, yeah, at least 1 tile off. So there to there. 79 tiles. Let's go with 80 because 80 is easier to figure out. So that means we go to 160. I can't go to 160. I need to get closer. Bing. Boing, boing. Boop. There. Oh, no. Well, yes, but no. So that's all the way down there. As you can see, the track comes to this point here. So we would need to bring that dot up to that track at the bare minimum. We can obviously do, like on the end here, we can do the sorting things, then bring the belts back underground, or they can come back under the rails. That's not a problem. I don't know how much concrete I ever need. I want to, if I'm going to move it, I'd rather move it now than try and move it later when it's completely built. So reckon the track is there. I reckon the track is there. You use the top of the thing there to line up. There we go. Yeah, that's where the track would be. Okay. So this is where our track would be when it comes out of the whole thing above there. So I need to move this. "19 tiles. We have 17 tiles here. Actually, we have less than that because the belt's got to come up and underneath that. So actually, it's from this side, isn't it? It's from that one there. It would be a very tight squeeze. I think we could get 2 of them in. I think we could get 2 factories in. It would be a very tight squeeze. But we can get 2 strips in. I also would really like to even out these guys, so the belts come over that way further and come back in. Oh, I put that conveyor belt in that's 192 long, didn't I? 96. Well, 96, hold on. Middle point was here, wasn't it? We figured that out already. So if that's 90, that's middle point. We want to go 96 tiles. That way. Emble, how good evening. I hope you're having a good day today. Oops. So that's where it would start. So that's where the first machine would be. So these belts would have to come out to here. That still leaves plenty of space in here for our converters, which are going to convert the... so if you use slag, we need chemical processes. So we just need a train on the end that drops it off. It feeds stuff this way. And then in here, we're going to have just a load of chemical processes, which process stuff and then bring it back. I'm not sure how many we're going to need, because I can't remember how much blast furnace slag is created. It's probably not that many. Was it something like you need 9 per blast furnace? Because I seem to remember doing them in strips of 5 each, which meant I had 10 and I only need 9. So if that's per blast furnace, we have, say, I don't know, 2 of each to start with. That's only 20. And the slag comes down the center, does things, comes out the side, and then can feed that box and then the next box down there as well. Ooh. So we need to do that, which means I need to pick up loads of stuff and do loads of bits and pieces, don't I? You're full, right? So I want to shut this down. Not shut it down. I want to shut it down temporarily. Temporarily, want to shut this down. Do 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 do. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. That one. So this belt will go 96 from the center, which is here. 92 from the center. 96 from the center. Here. So go 96. Which is there. Which means we cut that off there. And then the final machine should go... I think they're 5. Are they 5 or are they 7? Casting machines. Do I have any? No. Can I make any? Probably. I don't want to make one yet. I just want to see how big it is. They are 6 by 3. Oh, so they're 6. So that big. So the conveyor belt's in the centre there. 1, 2, 3. And the next one goes there. Like that. So that should be the end of the conveyor belt line. Or casting machine line. Lock tracks out. That's probably because I put the 1-day account back on there and your account isn't 1 day old yet. But hello, Wanderer. I hope you're having a good day. What do people think of the on-screen chat? What do people think of the... Give me your opinions on the on-screen chat that's there. It is functional. I just it works. It works with the custom emotes in YouTube, which was that was the biggest thing, getting custom emotes working on YouTube. Because YouTube doesn't expose its API for custom emotes. So yeah. But what do you think about the big Twitch YouTube boxes that are there? You reckon they should be shortened to be just like red, purple, and I am going to change it. There is one thing I am going to change on it. For people on Twitch and Kick, you have custom colors for your names. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make the names custom colors. So the colors you pick will be the name. It's there. But I think it works. It's not too dark for the thing in there. It comes in, the stuff fades away after a minute, which is what I had it set before. But I just don't know whether the big purple word Twitch, word YouTube, and then word Kick is there. Should be there, or should I shrink it to just be a thing? But it would be nice to have a couple of additional things on there. Like, for instance, with you, Wanderer, it would be nice to show on-screen chat that you are a moderator, for instance. That sort of thing, for it to pop up. So, yeah. It's clean to see. It's clean to see. It's everyone's name is the same colour, regardless of... the only differentiate is you can see there, but it would be nice to... I don't know. I don't know whether the main thing that I'm concerned about is the block that says Twitch and the block that says YouTube. Yeah, I don't know whether they are all right or whether they should be changed or... And by changed, I mean changed just be like the Twitch logo, the YouTube logo, and the Kick logo. So they just become like the one little... one little badge, I should say. I won't change the actual thing. It'll just be a couple of colours. The text is going to stay exactly the same as it is because it works as it is. So... They look good the way they are. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You should have seen the Kick and Twitch chat yesterday when I was done after 3 hours of my things. I think Kick, Twitch, and the I did a YouTube stream. There was a private YouTube stream. The chat window was probably 300 testing, you know, things. So keeps it unified between chat. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. As I said, it works with all the emotes and the bits and pieces. That shouldn't be a problem. This looks wrong. You look like you're way further out than this one is. So this feels like this is wrong. That looks fine. That to there is fine. So yeah. Yeah, the emotes work. Animated emotes work. Not that I have any animated emotes on YouTube because YouTube doesn't do animated emotes. But hey ho. The other thing as well, I got it all working and I was really happy with it. It was fantastic. And then I tested it just by spamming emotes. And if you put YouTube emotes next to each other without a space, it broke the whole thing. Like the text wouldn't show and it stopped showing everything ever. And I was like, what's going on? What's happening here? Well, why is it completely? I had to refresh the page and then I had to go through and figure out. It's my HTML and Java is not very up. Not very knowledgeable on HTML and Java. And I was just like, what is this doing? Why is it not doing that? Why is that? And then it's the simplest. You're not ending when you search for an emote, you're ending it by a space, and it may not be a space. So for YouTube, I need to look for the colons because that's what YouTube does. It's like, okay. It was a journey. And without Google helping me, I would not have figured it out. The amount of times it suggested stuff, I'm like, well, what you suggested isn't going to work because, yeah. However, I can see where you're going with it, and it's enough to prompt me in the right direction. So, aha. Yeah, it's there. It's working. It does custom. It does require StreamerBot to work. It uses StreamerBot's WebSocket. So yeah, but yeah, yeah. I would probably say it's a 50-50 job between me and Google's AI results because it does AI results for everything now. So yeah, but I'm very happy with that, and I'm happy it's working. It's not giving up at the moment, not breaking, which is good. I never had it break. I just had it do weird things like not. It would do like it would show like Twitch the username and then no message, but the message box was clearly big enough to have the message in it. It just didn't actually display the message, and I was like, "What's going on here? What's happening with this? Why are you doing that?" Anyway, get distracted. What am I doing here? I want to move this, don't I? Yeah. And Gemma AI now attached. I mean, I've got Quencoder for Unity. I've got an LLM for that. For Unity to do things, but again, I don't use it to vibe code or anything like that whatsoever. It is more, how do I do this thing? And it says, well, there's a script that does that. I'm like, okay, cool. That's not my whole script. You just told me how to do that segment, so now I can take that and build the thing around it. But that's what I was doing with Google yesterday. I was just in there going, this isn't working, and it would recommend some HTML, and rather than just copy the whole thing, because obviously it didn't know what I was doing, I was trying to do Twitch, YouTube, and Kick individually. I was rebuilding it myself by dragging things out, and then eventually got to a point of being like the whole, here's the bits I've got, can you help put it all together to work in one script? He says, you need to do this, and okay, there we go. So, but I'm not a big fan of AI replacing human. AI assistants are fine. Having an assistant that helps you, not a problem. But having it replace the human element, no, that should be a no-no. I'm going to plug this into a train just to get the concrete out of it. Let's do that. Let's plug it into a train just to get the concrete out of it. And then we can look at grabbing it and moving it. Yeah. Google to set my see, yeah, it should be a tool. It absolutely should be a tool to assist. So AI assistants, fine, no problem with that. Gen AI, I don't like. Not a fan of Gen AI that makes music or makes art, or no, don't like that. I mean, some people go, well, I'm going to use it for prototyping, but it's a slippery slope when you come from. I just wanted to mock up some things, so I asked AI to do it, and actually I like it, so I'm going to keep it. So no, don't do that. But it can help speed up a lot of things, particularly when it comes to medical stuff. I think how often medical sciences they go, right, we need to build this chemical and then test it, and build this chemical and test it, and build this chemical and test it. If they can get AI that can come along and go, well, I tested them and I found out of the 10,000 that we did, 100 of them are good, and now humans can come along and test them 100. And with the results from them 100, could then tell AI, well, this worked and this didn't work, and then AI can go, all right, okay, I'll re-examine the 10,000 and I can do it way quicker than you doing it, because it will take a human, I don't know, just say it took a human 10 minutes to do each test. That's going to be, thousands of hours. So yeah, it would be very, very useful for that. It can speed up stuff for that. Yeah, AI stop's just not good, and it's the problem is it's getting so good now. It's difficult to tell. I'm missing rails. Oh, I need rails. Where's the rails? Rails are right there, but I can't get to them because. Can we get to them? Can we reach? Drone, can you reach the rails? They're there in a box. No, you can't. Use German to help with tracking minutes. Yeah, see that sort of thing's fine. That would be fantastic. And another thing as well, I could see AI chatbots being very useful for people with memory problems. Not saying you've got memory problems, Wanderer, but people with Alzheimer's or something like that. An AI chatbot, because they don't get angry, they just remain patient all the time. So you tell it this person has Alzheimer's and may not remember who you are, so may ask you the same questions over and over. The AI is just going to answer the same question over and over and over and not care. So it won't get annoyed with people and won't, and it can explain things. And so I think in that situation, it could be very useful. Could also be useful for, as you've said, with medicine there. Could be useful if you had an AI assistant in hospitals. Instead of the doctor having to make sure they've got to write down every medication someone takes and every bit there. It could literally just be the doctor go, right, I am administering this medicine. And the AI goes, okay, you've done that. And then later, we'll ask the patient, are you okay? Is everything all right? And the patient goes, no, it's terrible. Then the AI goes, okay, that medicine is not for them. Because the NHS in England is just wrecked. There's just not enough funding for it, and not enough everything. So yeah. Yeah, they would. They're not an end all. They're not an end all to everything, but having someone there to chat when you need it, like 24 hours a day, could help. Not just with with dementia patients or anything like that, but also with depression. Not that you should be reliant on an AI chatbot, because some people do get reliant on those sort of things, but if you just need someone to vent to or chat to, then they could be useful for that. The problem is, though, where do you draw the line? Where does this is why AI needs to be taught. Right, we've got to a situation now where you need to seek professional help, and I can help you seek professional help. The AI bot could be like, I can help you seek professional help. You need this paperwork or that paperwork, and we can help do that together. But you need professional help, because they're not medically trained. They're just assistants. In the same way, when you Google something, it's not, the results always do say, don't take this as gospel. It's not 100%. It keeps a list so I can print it for the doctor. Yeah. And if it's got automatic timers, so it can, Gemma can then say to you, have you taken this medicine at this time? You can be, no, I haven't. What doing? That's up there. I put the wrong thing in. Look, I'm chatting away, and I'm doing the wrong thing. Look what you made me do. It's all AI's fault. We're an independent fabricator now. Yay! Right, let's load parking. Good guardrails in place. Review tell me to do. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that AI needs. It needs to be told strictly what it is and what it isn't. More importantly, it needs to be told very strictly what it isn't, so that it can go, I can't advise you on that, but I can advise you where to seek professional help. That sort of thing. That wants to become a chain signal, and then we put in one of those. There we go. Boom, boom, train comes out, train's going, train parks up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Right. Oh no, I want to go down here. Yep. So you come up here, go along there like that. Connect to there. That worked beautifully. There we go. Boom. Right, so I don't want a train station on that one because we always want a way to get out without a train station being in the way. Although I might have done that somewhere else. Yes, I did that there. Although that's not a permanent train station, so that's okay. Yeah, you should have an output there. Ah, no, that's wrong. That is wrong. That's not the layout we should have. No, 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 no. There. Oop. One more. Oop. So there. So that's the exit point. So we'll have a pickup here and a pickup there, because we're going to have possibly two of these in here. Pretty sure I can squeeze two of them in. We might have to respace some stuff, but yeah, we'll figure that out. So I'm going to have two guys in here picking up. So let's load a... I don't want an unload station. I don't have any loading stations. How interesting. Okay. So 4 and then turn in. 6 and then turn in. How big is a train station? 6. I want 12. So this wants to be 12 there. Doop 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 doop. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was 4. Okay. And from this one we go 1, 2, 3, 4. That. You do that. Is that right? That's fun there. Bum, bum, bum. How long to jetpacks? We have to go green science. We've got Olimite, circuit boards, chemical processors, Olimite. Once I start green fuel, once I start green science, obviously we're going to get mining force because I want to go down and do things, and construction materials because we need them for the station. There's nothing else we need in here after that. I don't think we've got... Oh, I've done Olimite already. I've done loader. Well, we haven't got any closer for the last streams because science hasn't been running. but it's okay. Ooh. I'm trying to do everything I can in blue science first. So we need to make both. I mean the robots. So we've got 2 out of 5. So I need to make the other robots as well. And once we've got them going, we'll then start science again. Although I could start the science earlier and just go to jetpack and then stop researching. Which we might do. We might do. We might do that. Right. So, one there. One there. Get 4 stations going. I'm going to put them all in. We're only going to have 1 active. Let me shut them both down for the moment. Quick pick up. Pick up. There you go. Do. Oh, you want to be a load, and you're a load. Right, so the goods come down. So we want to do that. No, I can't get that in there. Right there, but it doesn't have any boxes or anything. It just have conveyor belts. The only thing I need to do is balance. Did I do that? Hold on. Does that have a balancer after it? It does. It should have a balancer after it because I want to load both sides of the station at the same time. Not that it actually makes any difference now I think about it. Your box could have been on there. Because even if one's coming in and one's going out, it's going to load one station and the other one. And if I divide it between the two, it just loads both of them slowly. So it doesn't really matter whether it loads one station and the other one, or if it loads both at the same time. If the stuff coming in is too slow, it will just take whatever time to load the station regardless. So, yeah. So I don't need balances afterwards. So, right, so that's that there. Okay. Right, can we run that conveyor belt down here, plug it into one of the stations. Spoof. Froggy. Bill, hello, good evening. Ooh, oh, that's something the chatbot doesn't do. It doesn't ignore my blokey. It also ignore stuff that's really? Really? You should go down underneath there. Doesn't matter for the minute. Just go which way you want to go. Just do that. So you're going to fill that up. That's fine. So you're going to empty down, which is awesome. And then we can grab this. I might grab this and bring it to this side and start here. I'm also really tempted to actually have it so that the end of this is lined up with this. So we can just have the belts come out. They go straight under, straight up and into here. And then the next one, the belts come out a little bit further, come along, go up and into there. And then we have the drop off for the slag. Rather than be that end, we have it be the first station. And then it goes down and then it's processed in here, in this gap here. So it's got that gap processed there rather than that gap there. Or well, now that gap there. I think that would be a better way of doing it. In hindsight, with the tracks, with the trains here. Yeah. So let's start doing that, shall we? Let's see here. So boop. Put the foundations down. Put the conveyor belts in so I know where they'd be. Don't have to balance it. The box can go there, that's fine. Because the lines will come out and go into a box. Actually, no, the box can go here. The box can go here. It doesn't matter where the box goes. If I wanted to put a balancer on it, we could. Balancer is there, isn't it? That's the closest it could go, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. That won't work. That's not enough space. No, we won't balance it. We'll leave it like that. Okay, we'll leave it completely like this. So let me do that. That will come up to there and there and there and there, and then there'd be a box in here. Things there. We still don't have access to those boxes yet. What I can do is I can make 2 of these. And do that. I am going to put a balancer in here. And I'm going to put some balancers in here. These are not permanent. These are purely because I have 2 separate boxes. So I want to make sure that any one of these belts can end up in any one of the boxes. So this will balance between these 2 here. Then that will push. So if that box is full, that belt will push this way and then this way into here to fill this belt. And vice versa with this one. That belt can go to the other side. So not a balancer, just a thing. So right. This is going to be the most complicated part of this. I think I need to figure out where the line for the concrete, the one that's on this side, comes out, because it needs to be able to go down to plug into that. Which means if it's here, this needs to go back by 1. And that will work. Okay. So that's our outside line. And this outside line needs to be 192 long, right? 64 times 3 is 192. Let's see whether this works. That's if the factory is on the side there. I kind of want to leave a gap, so now it's got to be 192 long. And of course my drone can't do that because I'm not there. Okay, we can do it ourselves. Ooh. No. No. Every time I jump off the track, it literally jumps off the track. Stop. There. So that's where the first machine starts. So let me make... How far the postcode is it? Yeah, do you know something actually? That was something else I was looking into. Sorry, somebody just sent me. I didn't see a screen. My brain's all over the place today. What was I just saying? Sapphire's the one that posts the YouTube videos up, which is fine because it can do that. Going live, I could actually do via StreamerBot. I could get StreamerBot to post on Discord as me. Because I don't think Sapphire Sapphic, so yeah. Let me have a look, see quickly, because this is something I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've completely forgotten that I had Sapphire do that. My brain was like, oh, is this a excuse me, is this I think social notifications. Got it. So Sapphire can do YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. I think Sapphire also protects the Discord server from botting. So if it starts getting loads of people joining it through botting, it will detect that. But yeah, it doesn't. I need to. Yeah, I don't. It doesn't support Kick, but I can have StreamerBot linked to my Discord and have it post. Because obviously, when I go live, StreamerBot's running because it's the thing I use for going live with. So I can tidy up that workflow. You go down there. And I can put the robot workstations there. Yeah, I can have one facing this way and one facing that way. I think I hadn't really thought about that. I don't know where. I mean, we could technically sit them on the outside here, but yeah. So that's there. So if I squeeze this up and put that one there, so let's go over here and nab these two. Can I get power to this temporarily? Dink. Okay. So you are concrete, 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 concrete. So if I dump this stuff that I had on me in there, cool, cool, cool. So output, 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 output. How do I do your... Ah, yeah. You can't, you can share a cement one, but you can't share a Thingamabob. A thingamabob. Can't share a gravel line. Don't need that one. These come from that, which will be sat there. The problem with processing the stuff over there, the cement over there, is that actually no, I can do, because we can process the cement over there and then dump it on the center line, so it gets used first. Because if it's on a line, so let me go over there. Yeah, so if we put it onto the center line, which will be all the way up to that end anyway, these can't output because the line's in use. They only output if the belt is free. So the priority always ends up at that end over there. So if our machines are over there converting the slag into cement and we dump it on these lines, this one here, that one there, there'll be 2 more as well, then we can use that first. And then what we do is we dump it, and then if this line is full, we'll have an offset which goes, so the train will be here, the pipe will go underwater, down to here, have all the processing, it'll all come up to this end here, 180, come down and split onto the different paths it needs to go to. And then if it makes it all the way to the end after splitting, it will come back up here to a landing pad here, which will go off to the station, and then we'll sell it. And cement's the only thing we will sell. Look, we have a practically repaired place. It's just one tiny dent in it. So, yeah. Which is awesome. Okay. You are out of cement because you need more of that. So I'm going to loop the belt around to there. And then I'm going to break it here and then do that. I could just manually pick the stuff up. It would have been quicker. It would have been a lot quicker. And boing. Right, okay. Of course, that side's not going to do anything anymore, is it? let's grab all of this. That's no longer needed. I should have copy pasted that before I did that. That was rather foolish. Let me put it back in now. That in. Okay. Can I grab all of this? I'll copy and paste. I don't have any of the stuff. It's going to go up over there. Yeah, so we'll grab that and that can go over there. Although, don't make 3 minutes. I wonder if I should put the 4 of them in there. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the crushers here. So they unload, go into the crushers, they go up and they do a weird over toppy roundy thing, like this does. I think that would work. That would work. So right, leave that there. I need to copy these and paste these over. I'm also hoping this all fits. We just grabbed and doubled it, and I know I need to shape some tiles off, which I'm doing as I'm going. And I thought concrete was going to be the easy part with this. So I've got one tile over here, which we're wasting, but I've shrunk down in between here. I want one tile in between here before we go on to the other ones, because I don't want belts going up and then coming down next to each other, because that would just confuse things. However, what we want to do is copy this. It wants to repeat down to there. Hello? Why did you... Oh no. Move over one. Paste them in there. Like that. So we need 64 of these, right? Let Let me just do this. I'm not going to put the 64 in. I just want to make sure I'm measuring to the correct distance. So, film copy. And obviously everything will get in the way, so this isn't going to work. But we'll come down here. And we'll drag this out. It does. It lines up beautifully. Awesome. Okay. Missing 6. 6 what? Make 3. There's 2 over there. This one wants to come out and go to there. Oop. Like that. Yep, that's going to work there. Okay. So I need to make one more casting machine. And I can grab the other 2 from down there. How we doing? Yeah. Very, very slowly filling. That's fine. You do actually have to fill 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16,000. 16,000 divided by 320. It's going to take 50 minutes. Well, it's going to take 25 minutes. 25 minutes to fill that station if all 4 belts are running at full speed. It's a long time. That's a long time. 25 minutes to fill a station. Holy hell. Oh, that's with a single belt though, isn't it? Yeah. So, 320 times 4 is currently 1280. So 16,000 divided by 1280 means it's going to take, right now with my conveyor belts, it's going to take 12.5 minutes to fill. So yeah, so right now it won't ever fill because the station can't fill in time. So you're right, the timing's off, but that's with these belts. However, if we get the fastest belts, which is 5,120 for 1280 times 4, 16,000 divided by 5, 120, takes 3.12 minutes to fill. I really don't feel like we're going to need this sort of thing for the concrete, for doubling up the concrete. But if I do it, it's done. You know, if we do it, it's done. Even if it never gets used, it doesn't matter. You know. I was going to use logic to load this. You don't, yeah. Yeah, I was going to use logic to not overfill these so that our slag ones would always get an output, because if the slag conversion doesn't get first priority, and this line does, that might cause us some problems. I think you'll be alright. I think you'll be okay. Right. You're still emptying. We don't need that outside line. We don't need these in here now. Outside line is a GNDN. Goes nowhere, does nothing. The famous GNDN pipes from Star Trek. Get rid of these conveyor belts here. I don't want this, actually, no. Get rid of that. These need to be changed to go elsewhere because the actual thing's going to start differently now. Let you do your thing. You can have anything that I've amassed in my pockets. As can you. Wait for the Space Engineers 2. Did I buy Space Engineers 2? Is that a game I own? Did I buy that? Never played the first one. I did. I do own it. I own the first one. I've never played the first one or the second one, but I brought the second one because my brother loved it and obviously wanted to support the development of it. But yeah, never played it. Unfortunately, I'm probably never going to get around to playing it, at least no time soon, because I don't have any time. All my time is consumed building the factory. The factory must grow. Right, okay. Those ones down there aren't actually going to be connected to anything. They're just there as that's the end, that's the start. So I know where we're doing things. Okay. So let's find looks out of the box. Oh, nice. I bet it doesn't work on Windows out of the box. That's weird. What's that? Huh? Oh, no, put it in. Right, let me remove that again and try that again. Hold on. I had an invalid tile. Cool. Okay. We had an invalid tile. I don't need to put in the entire flooring along there, actually. Because I'm just going to... If I only have one going, that's not really going to work for us, is it? 16 per minute. Must have been an invalid tile state. But it's fine. It's fine. Right. So, you're going to have to move, which is fine, though, because we're probably going to have more things up here. So let me build out some foundation over here. This, I think. This is where the stuff becomes confusing because I've now broken things. However, I left the spacing. I didn't leave the spacing over there. No, but I did because the conveyor belts. Okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. I can still do it. We can still figure it out. We can do it. We can do it. We have the ability to count. We learnt basic math. Didn't learn how to speak apparently, but did learn basic maths. So, well, copy and paste. Like that. So that is 14, which is 28. And right now this is saying 34. But that 28 is inclusive of bots. And I believe bot... If we put bots there, they can reach that side. I believe. The problem is, I don't think this table cover the same area. It doesn't, because if we put the table right up against the edge there, they don't read the first one, they read that line, and then it goes 5, doesn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would reach there. And then it's like 11 long? 11 long? But also, Simon Harper. Hello, good evening. Basic math. We have the technology. Yay. So yeah, so that'll work. So put the workstations there, and yeah, they will reach both sides. So yeah, that's fine. If you put 2 belts, it doesn't reach. 1 belt, it does. Yeah. The technology. Way. I need to write this down, I think. So this first one, let me load up Notepad, and put Notepad over there. Gravel. Gravel crushers. I put gravy crushers. Gravel crushers. Dewey beloved. Men in Tights was a great film. Dewey beloved was Spaceballs. But still, Men in Tights is also still a great film. But yeah. Matrimony. It was the very start of the film, was it, where she's getting married? Yeah. Equals we need 28. Okay. So gravel crushers, not gravy crushers. Gravel crushers, we need 28. These ones. Go to here. So looking forward to the second Spaceballs. I'm definitely going to go and see that opening night. Absolutely. Yeah, because this will come in because they're on top of each other, aren't they? Yeah. So it's got to turn and go down by 1. So it's got to be a 2-go race. So that's that. So it must be 21. It can't be 22. That's on top. It could be 20 though. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? Is it going to be 20? Is it going to be 21? Repeated 21 times would be 42 crushers. 42 is a good number. I'm going with 42. Cement crushers, 42. Yep. This currently says that one. We need 51. Obviously, we'd lower it down with the bots, so that's fine there. Right, okay. So now I have those. I can pick those up, put them over there, because I'm just going to count from that end coming forwards. So the end of it will no longer be over there. It'll be like here somewhere. So that's fine. Also need to move the stations, which is very awkward because the stations are full of stuff. So let's shut them down so they don't fill with stuff. We'll have to connect the current stations up to the new system. Yeah, gravy crusher sounds as good as soup sandwich. Soup sandwich. Right. I feel, however, that gravy would probably mess the crushers up a little bit. They probably wouldn't work as well. Yeah. You can't rip my drives out. You can't. You'd have to take the whole motherboard with it. They're all M.2. They're all plugged in there. You can't have them. You can't have them. Right. So let's see how we're going to do this, shall we? Pick a number, any number. Let's go 5, so there's a 4 gap between them. No, the machines are 3 wide. Let's go 3. Anti-build tapering. Anti-build tampering. Oh, specific. things designed to stop the bill. Down. Nope. That flooring, yeah, I thought so. So I don't actually want to use all this flooring up to that end there. I want to do like a strip on the end, but I think we can get away with not having that much flooring be used. Whoop. That would have shut down this now, wouldn't it? Just no power, yeah. Not that I particularly care about that. Can you actually stop? Yeah. Took the floor out of under my feet. Let's try that again without the murder of the robot. Upload power via transformers for transport. Yeah, having batteries would be cool, like mobile batteries. The power cells. I know we can't make the power cells yet, but having power cells and you put them in transformers and they can temporarily power stuff. That would be cool. That would be cool. You can transfer power around via that. Some people just transfer power. I've seen a lot of people have trains with steam in them, and they just use that. They use the steam turbines at the plant, and you just deliver steam. Which yeah. So I'm going to go out to there. No, I don't need the flooring underneath the conveyor belts, but I want to put it in. It makes life easier for me doing this. So, dum, 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 dum. Bum, 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 bum. So stop there because I don't know where the crushers are going to come out. So these are all the gravel lines, and then the lines that are going to float on top are going to be the cement lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we was to go to there, it really doesn't matter where they come out, actually, to be honest. I think it's going to be easier dealing with the concrete one layer above everything else. Actually, let's put it above. The first line they have. Oh, there we go. That's all the conveyor belt set up. Okay. Now we want to just do the this. So Let me extend this out because we're going to need some boxes here for things. Not for the gravel. The gravel doesn't need to be stored in boxes. The cement does because the cement has a second input. So, yeah. So, you played Dyson Sphere program? I did, but I didn't get very far on it. I was trying to build a bus, and it doesn't work in that game. Not a bus as in the vehicle bus, but a conveyor belt bus. It doesn't work in Dyson Sphere program. I got to the point on the map on the planet where the grid misaligns itself because it has to fit a grid on a sphere, and got very annoyed with it and was like, yeah, meh. So yeah. The second input will be from the blast furnaces, which will be now processed on this end rather than this end. So I need to find a way to cleverly move I wanted to basically have the slag comes to here, gets dropped off, gets turned into cement, and then added to the line. And if we got too much of it, we then set it off. I could have that put in the blast furnaces. We could absolutely have that at the blast furnaces. Just have the chemical processors are part of the blast furnace setup, and it just sells the cement there and then. Which probably would be the better way to deal with it. If I'm honest, that would probably be the better way to deal with it. So we will probably do that actually rather than put it in here, because then that means I don't have to move these train stations, which I'm not looking forward to because I've got to wait for them to be entirely emptied before they can do anything. So yeah, you are completely full of cement still, which is annoying, but yeah. Okay. So the gravel on the outside will come down there like that. So that's where our guy's going to start. Oh, I haven't left a gap for the pipe, have I? No, I haven't. That's okay. The pipes can come back here. Pipes don't matter. Pipes don't matter. 192 is fine there. Pipe can just start here and go along. And there. I think that's right. You've got an input on this side. Is that right? Yep. Yeah. So there'll be a pump and a pipe for this one. That one. So there'll be 4 pumps and pipes. Not that we need that because one pump could run all of them. But I don't want to make the pipe so long that I have to then break it with pumps and stuff. So, and these things are cheap. So, make 3 of them. Let's build the connection thing between the two, shall we? So, I'd like to rotate that round so I can actually see the stuff. That, if you don't mind. And then we'll have a intersection like that. Just copy that and then move it along and paste. 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 Okay. Need to get a load more conveyor belts. Right, are we ready to grab these and move them now? I think so. Sploosh. Copy and place. Collect everything. You're going to move. In fact, you know what? Run, 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 run. No, don't. No, no, no. Wrong button, wrong button. Place. Thank you. Oh, which one do you output on? We might have to change this so it inputs and outputs on different places. It's that. You input on that one, output on this one. I want to swap them around. So we're going to have to change the input slightly on this. So like that. Output on the outside line. Oh, what? A? A? What now? What now? Do what? So we input and input, and then we output and output. Is that right? Yeah, like that. Okay. We don't do anything with the center line. The center line is technically concrete, which goes up to here. You will come out and go to that one. We want this 4 times. Oh yeah, look at that. Loads of space. Loads of space. What have I done here? How have I shrunk that down so far? One, 2, 3, 4. Mind you, I think that had a gap in between it, and now these don't have any gaps in between them. Well, there must have been loads of gaps in between, because we were, mind you, 17 from there to there. We was only like 2 tiles out, so I've saved loads of space here. That's surprising. We might have to grab this and move this down slightly. Or grab these crushers and move the crushers down a bit and leave a gap in between. I might have to actually move these along a little bit because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put the boxes in. Because I could do one box for all 4 of these. But these would have to come out, go over, and then there'd have to be a box like here somewhere. Or if I move this down a bit, I can't get a box in there because unless I have a floating box. Do we want to have a floating box? It doesn't matter. They don't need... In fact, I don't need a box. Now we're not bringing the cement in from elsewhere. We don't need a box. We don't need a buffer. It's just not needed. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so we don't need a buffer. Okay. I do still need to deal with all that cement though, but that's fine because I can just output that onto these lines into here. Right. So I want to build 12 crushers. I can make 4. I don't want to pick those up yet. I want to leave them there. Not enough space in inventory. That's okay. You have dum. Right, okay. Let's pick up more cement and then preload these guys with these. I might grab those and bring them back down here. So we have 2 lots of each down this end here and just have the long conveyor belts doing nothing, and then we just fill it up as we go. You know, once concrete demand becomes a bit more. Right, what do I need to make more crushers? I need machine parts. I need to actually stand inside a area that's going to give me anything. Although I need machine parts. Machine parts are oh, up there. Yeah. The smelter is right here. Much easier to deal with. Rips out all the copper. Bill, what are you, Magneto? Culinary Magneto. Your powers work on magnetism and ingredients for food. Is that your secret? We need to make these electronic components. Yoink. And machine parts. Yoink. I can make 1 because I have no Xeno plates. That's okay. We know where we can get some of those. Oh dear. Oh, I'm full. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Make 19 of them. Go. We're going to need more. I'm going to put down a big box. Oh, my coffee cup's empty. Oh, mind you, nearly 1 AM. Probably shouldn't have another coffee. I am going to make tons of it. You are right. However, right now, it's a finite resource. So I don't want to waste any of it because it's a finite resource. I don't have access to infinite amount of mineral rock right now. So I don't want to waste any of it because it then would be a waste. So yeah. I haven't got the veins yet, no. We're nowhere near that. Can you pick up stuff off? You can. Nice. Can I? Doing all this. Actually, space in my inventory. Wow. Look. No. I'll pick up any more of these for the moment. Yes, I can. Phew. Paste. I don't remember to copy the floor with these things. Okay, so these want to go 28, which means we want to go 14 with these, so to there. How big is this whole thing? So that's the edge of that. So we know that's the edge of that. So then those ones want to start here and go up that way. How big is the whole thing? Because I would like to grab it all and move it down slightly. Oh dear. Oh, damn it, went too far. That's all. Doesn't have to be in the center. I want it to be in the center. Simple as that. It's an odd number. I want to make it an even number. 140. Okay. So to do that, we do this. We grab all of this. There. Oops. Oops. We do that again. We grab all of this, confirm in place, clear, move down by 1, paste. I want it to be an even number because that makes life simpler. I'm going to put blocks in front of those, just so I don't randomly connect the belts up wrong. There we go, like that. Awesome. Okay. And that's what should be in between these as well. So let me just do this. Ah, really? Really? Must have moved it at the very last moment. There you go. Oh, right, okay. So I need to do that. Grab this whole thing and move it down one. That means I've just put loads of stuff inside these, and they can't actually do things. They can't. I need to take the goods out of them, which means my inventory is going to be full. Whoa, chair, chill out. Let me put in a box there, and we will. Do that. Okay. So now I want to. We can move all the belts and stuff later. We want to grab. Right, I'm still there. I need to figure out where the center is, don't I? Damn it. Bacon on your toast with. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Oh. So that is center, but that's not that center of the map, not center of this thing. Yeah. So 140 means we need to go 70. There. So that. Be there. That's the center. So if I'm copying, pick up everything, move, to there. Okay. May seem like a weird thing to do, but it gives me space down there and here to do whatever I need to do with whatever I need to do. We just got to realign the belts as we go up. That's fine. We get rid of those down there anyway because they're going to come down this end. So that's fine. Okay. And then I should be able to just pick up that one and that one. For some reason I don't have enough space in my inventory. Ah, yes, of course. Here. Also, you can have the gravel. Can we get rid of this bit in the center? I hate when it does that. And just because I want to do it, do that, and then we're going to remove it again. Just so we get a nice pool of water that is slightly deeper down than the other ones. So you go, bing, nice. Yay. Two level water. 2 level water. Woo. Clanna, hello, good evening. Hope you're having a good day today. Oh, I'm under the water. No. Bum, 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 bum. Spoof. So, we want to copy this and grab it. Not the space in my inventory. Oof. Really. Have that. And you know what? Can I reach a train station from here? Yay. Here, have some concrete. Collect. We move these down here. They should go there. This. Paste. But then I need to... Actually, no, because you use the input from whatever. You don't matter. You don't care which one's on which. No. Okay, cool. Right. No, we can expect for no, not right now. It was kind of a concept, so there's no actual solid time for that. I think the next big update is going to be the blueprints. I feel like the next big one's going to be blueprints. We've then got the mini assembly lines as well coming, and then the freight elevator stuff. So. Kind of has no limit speed. Yeah, I just want the vertical belts. Just do the same as yeah, Satisfactory does with the belt. You just build a vertical belt and it has a single input port and a single output port on the top, or vice versa. That would be cool. That would just work wonders. So right, I would like to select this here. Yeah, definitely. I don't have any actual internal say on anything in the game. I'm nothing to do with the actual nothing to do with the developers of the game whatsoever. I'm just basing it on what I've seen before. So yeah. Okay, paste that in there. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. This wants to go 42, which means we need to go 21. Like that. Means I need to come closer than that. That way. I use 4 different materials for the same machine using 4 elevators. Much too. Yeah, the freight elevators they are at the moment are a bit unwieldy. They're quite large. So yeah, so I get where you're coming from them. It's a bit bit much room. I also the biggest thing I don't like about freight elevators is that you can't have multiple stops on floors. So like their purpose was kind of for vein miners, but the vein miners have 3 different levels on them. So you got the top one, the middle, and the bottom. But you need an elevator for each level because you can't have it like input at the bottom, input on the middle, input on the top, and output on the ground. It doesn't work that way. It's like, really? It kind of defeats the purpose of what I want to do with them. But there we have it. Okay, there we go. So now you're powered as well. Beautiful. But you're going to be picked up and put down over there. Yeah, and then you will come down. We'll go to that. You'll come along here, and you're going to feed to technically these ones, because the next set of train stations should feed to those ones. Yeah. Leave them left a minute. They're fine. Okay, so dump. So the inputs are which inputs are which? Which is which? You're gonna have to one of these has got to go through, hasn't it? Oh, swoosh. So let's see here. So it's this one that has to go through, isn't it? Which means the innermost one, which means you're blocked, you're blocked, you're blocked, and you're blocked, and then this one goes through to there. Get some more conveyor belts in a moment. Okay. That means these ones are mineral rock. Oh. Okay, I don't need you anymore. Let me grab that. And we run out of conveyor belts. Right. to the smeltery we go to get more conveyor belts. Dum ba dum ba dum 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 ba dum ba dum dum dum. Oh, pink. I poured myself a drink and poured it all down me. Give me a moment. Well, now I'm soaking wet. That was really, really dumb. That was really, really dumb. Ugh. Poured the bottle out, went to put the lid back on the bottle, and dropped the bottle right into my lap. Spush. Lovely. Right. Okay. Oh well. Oh well. Nice and refreshed. Nice and refreshed. Yay. Bum, 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 bum. Paste. Okay. So, what's going on there? That's what's going on there. Okay, no problem. Right. So, where are we? Really? Okay. Paste. I think there we are. Right. So they are the mineral rock belts. Those ones. So I think I want to have those. Can't intertwine the bolts because that does weird things. So this has to be the I'm going to not do them under the water. We're going to have the mineral rock be above. Okay, mineral rock goes one above. Don't know where these ones are going to be. So we'll have another set of train stations there. Stuff will come down, come along, do its thing. These ones are technically doing their thing here, like this. So the mineral rock came down by 2, and that went down. I don't want to do that anymore. Although that would be the easiest way to do things if I went down. Let's go down instead. Let's do that. Let's just go down instead. We'll deal with it under the water. So you're down by 1, you go down by 2. 2, 1, 1, 2. Oh, that's way too far down. Copy. Paste. Paste. And then let me pick up all of these. Not enough space in inventory. Damn it. That's okay though, because I might be able to dump it off into the... I would say dump off into these, but apparently these have not been emptied or anything at all. Which makes sense, because I think I cut this off way before we did anything else, so... I don't think... Although the trains have left. Although the trains would leave after 5 minutes, wouldn't they? So of course they would. Okay. Take that. So you would go up to... One, two, three, 4. That one. You up to that one because that's in the wrong place. And that should start the whole process going again. Space entirely, oh yeah, it's going to empty from the boxes, isn't it? So, from the stations, right? Pick the box back up. Yoink. Okay. You're full. Have you filled up all the... You have, because none of the lines are actually connected, are they? No. Okay, so... Whoosh. Oh. No. You plug into there. Confirm. Bada boom. Okay. And then these ones will be the next train stations that are there. There. My leg is all wet and covered in Pepsi. There. Oh, wow. Now my chair's going to break on me. It's all going wrong. All going wrong. Right. Okay. So. You guys are going to be making the cement. Well, you guys are going to be making cement. Up. And then you go to that one. You go to that one. You go to that one. And you, unsurprisingly, go to that one. Yay. Now I need to empty this cement out onto those two lines there. Also got some, right, preload these with that. Yep, there we go. Cool. Can't preload the cement because we don't have any cement to preload. What if we... No, that will work, but won't work at the same time. Oh, hang on. Output. No. Move that over here. Do. So only the first two being run because we're not doing any others, so that's fine. You can output onto there, and then we can have the cement come along here later. Well, yeah, come along now, but I don't want to plug it in. Stop one short. These ones can be plugged in because they're not actually doing anything, so that's fine. There we go. Okay. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Run under the pipe. That's okay, because I can run in between the things and still fit that way. Cool. Tink. Oh no, 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 I made them already. Stop. Stop, I made them already. Preempted. Made them already. Oh. Down. Click. Click. And click. And now you, hopefully, in just a moment, will start bubbling away and producing concrete. Hurrah! Now all I need to do is run the conveyor belts up. I need to move those. Don't want to do the middle conveyor belts yet. Just the concrete ones. Actually, I don't want to grab the ones. No, I don't want to do the flooring either. No, no flooring. No flooring. No flooring. Down, 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 down. Pink. Confirm. Go. All the way. Missing 390. We need way more conveyor belts. Okay, right. Let's go and go back to the smeltery and get some more conveyor belts. And I will. No, I will not pour myself another drink and end up pouring it down me again. That would just be stupid. Very, very stupid. Bum, 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 bum. Drink. Why are you not making any more conveyor belts? You are. Okay. I'll write it for a moment. Yep, I think we're good. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, what are those? What is that? Hmm. So, I think. Okay. We can pick all these up. Not space. Well, that's okay, actually. Confirm paste. New. Confirm paste. Now what we need to do is can I remove all of the ones off the end here? Because I don't know which one's which, because I've got a mix of this, that, and the other. Oops. And paste. Gonna get rid of a load of these guys. You can go because you are done. Confirm copy and place. Move this over to there. Paste. Get rid of the train track on top. Becoming very lazy with this copy paste thing, but it's awesome. No, no. What went wrong? Get rid of that line in a moment. Right. So How many times are we going to delete the floor? At least once more. At least once more. We've got to keep the floor on its toes. Doesn't know whether it's going to survive or not survive, or it just isn't sure. So, bum 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 bum, and whoop, bum, and there we go. The concrete factory is back up and running again. Hurrah! Hurrah! It'll take a while to get loaded, but that's okay. So right now it's going to take 12.5 minutes to load that, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. We're not worried about that for the moment, because we're not using any concrete right now, so we don't really have to worry about it too much at the moment. Right. Paste. Then I don't have enough to do anything else. So, okay. And that's used up all the chemical plants on me. Excellent. There we go. I could get the other ones running by tapping into those lines that are there at the moment. So we have the throughput. We're not using enough, you know. I might do that, just get them all running. Myself that way. Myself spun round. Or maybe I couldn't because I don't know how to tap into those lines to get them outputted there. Can't tap into the lines secondary here. We'll just run on one. So it's going to take about 15 years to fill that train station full of concrete. 16, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 times 8. I should know that number because of the 8 time table. 128 a minute. We're making 128 a minute. 16,000 divided by 128. It's 125 minutes. So it's just over 2 hours for us to fill that station up. Cool. I absolutely could grab this and double this. I feel like 2 hours is a bit much. Maybe we can bring it down to an hour, you know. That'd be better. Definitely better, wouldn't it? An hour is better than 2. So what I'm going to do is I don't really want to pick the boats up, if I can help it. Does that work? That leaves the boats behind. Yes, it does. Excellent. Okay. So then I can go from there to there. Do that and then paste. No. No. And come down here and do the same thing. Did I leave enough space? I did. Hey. Not intentionally, but I did. And then I pressed the wrong button and close that. That's okay. We want to come down here anyway. Idea for the next series. Yeah, are you assuming I'm going to ever finish this one? So build like dome habitats under the water, that sort of thing. Actually, in the series, sometime next 10 years. Wow. Well, at least you have some confidence that I'm going to finish the series. That means a lot. That means a lot. Okay, so now we are doing we are doing 16 times 4 times 4 256 a minute. 256. It's going to be an hour. Just over an hour. Yes. Storm Chaser, hello, good evening. Hope you're having a good day today. That's okay. If real life comes first, real life's in the way. That's not a problem at all. I hope you've been having a good time though. I hope everything has been awesome, wonderful. So the final thing to do is turn the stations back on. Did I break you? Might have broken you. Locked signal, ignore drop off. Hello, we have a train that is broken. Advanced machine parts has no path yet because it's trying to get somewhere it doesn't exist. All the rest of you are moving at the moment. Okay, that's good. Mineral rock drop off. We don't have any other mineral rock drop offs. So, oh, you're going to drop off. Ah, you're actually going to pick up. Right. Okay. Right. So, what train was it that's blocked? No, now it's moving. Well, strange. No path makes sense, but blocked signal. Any more drop off? No, now it's moving. Right. So yeah. Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Station groups. Okay, so that tells me how many pickups and drop-offs I've got of all the different ones there. So we have a train called Advanced Machine Pickups, which has got no train stations. Froggy. Okay. Right. So this is working. We would eventually get concrete. Let's turn on the concrete pickup because that's needed for something going on there. Yes, Easy Games managed to follow the other day, just after you did. So it's awesome. Very, very good. Can I these two would go there. Can you chat yet, Wanderer? Can you actually chat on Kick It? Is it letting you? Surely it's gone past the 24 hours now. Okay. So the last thing to do here is turn on the pickup station. Refresh unlocked. Yay! Welcome to Kick. I'm stuck. Yeah. You are about halfway full. You are about the same as well. Excellent. So let's turn this on. Angry? Angry? You want to be angry? You want to be Halo? Happy? I like those quick emojis on there. I think that's a good little thing. Yeah. Tennis spill. Rah! All right. None of the commands work over at Kick at the moment, so. But I do believe the ring allocation over at Kick is started. So, but I don't think there's a rings. So. Nope, it's not working over there. Okay. Yeah. Right. So train is on the way. Here it is. These stations can actually have whoa, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 7, but that's not actually going to work for us. I just realised maybe I've messed it up elsewhere here. Yeah, 5 is the best I can do. So that means the station wants to be set to 3, doesn't it? Yeah. Set the station to 3. If there's 2 stations, it's divided evenly and then rounded down. So yeah. So that's 5, 6, 7 divided is 6 is 3.5, rounded down is 3. So that'll work there fine. Okay. So now the train is going to obviously fill with concrete. We're halfway there. Cool. I could build the rest of this. we do have the resources to build the rest of this, so that would work. We could build. Yeah. Just for built right. Right. I think we're good. The only place the concrete's being used is the science. The Mark 3 science, which is here. Yeah, concrete drop off there. So advanced machine parts, the other ones. I'm not going to start the advanced machine parts tonight. It's nearly 2 a.m. I'm yawning, so I think we'll leave that. There's our factory. So we need to do advanced machine parts. And I might put them... Oh, we didn't do vacuum bots. Yes, we did. We did vacuum bots up there. Yeah. Let's see. So if we zoom to the center there. So there. Advanced machine parts should go right there. That would make sense to put them there. Why is this not powered? Let's go and check out the power, and then we'll leave it here. And we will so we want construction material because we need that for the ship. We need to do that, but let's see if we can dig our way down to the jetpack, shall we? So we want to do circuit boards. Chemical processing. Fuel refining. Jetpack. And then jetpack speed is tier 4. Okay, so that's the order of stuff I want to go. And then I'm going to do data cables, because they will be useful somewhere, no doubt. Where are we? We are... Okay, so let me have a look, see what's going on with this power line, and then we shall call it quits for today. Spoosh. Spoosh. So you have power, obviously, and that's all connected up. It's got to be at the other end then. Down, 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 down. You're not actually physically connected to the grid. The actual thing itself wasn't connected to the grid. How interesting. Okay, so the power line was fine. Well, sort of fine. Okay. Okay, so we shall leave this here. 8-bit time. No! Could you... Oop. Paste. Get the power through that one, and we've got the other end. Get the power up there, and then we're done. We are done. Yes. You have a Moogle badge. Where'd you get the Moogle badge from? Fanfest Moogle chat. Oh, nice. You really are everywhere, aren't you, on Twitch, doing all the things? No, we didn't get to advanced machinery. Honestly, the concrete could have been a case of I put the station and it was done. But I decided to modify the concrete. So, hence why the stream has taken so long to do that. But the concrete is now... it needs the machines there, but it's now got... instead of just 4 lines, it's got 8 lines. So it needs another set of stations coming in to feed the top ones, and then it'll feed like that. So the top line feeds the bottom line. I should have had that overlap, so the top line feeds the top line, doesn't matter. And then this feeds that station, and then those 4 feed that station. So we potentially have so it's 1280 times 8. Potentially got 10,000 concrete a minute being made. Not that we're ever going to need 10,000 concrete a minute, but, you know, it's nice to have. Nice to have. Oh, I've been train napped. Oh well. Oh well. It's going to throw me off the track. Yay! Cool. Right. Okay then. I think we shall leave this one here and come back in the future. Where are we now? We are over at Vacuum Bots. Okay. Yeah. And we shall come back in the next one. Yeah. So let me just have a quick nosy nose if there's anybody we can send you lovely people over to. Oh. There's never anybody playing Foundry, unfortunately, so do. There isn't yeah, nobody I'm really following is playing anything that's even remotely close to what. So we're not going to raid tonight. We're going to leave it. We shall come back in the next one, and we shall just carry on from there. Yeah. Okay. Save game. Stream 10. Ding ding ding. 35 hours. Woohoo. We're getting there. Oh, we're finishing exactly the same time. 2:02. Look at that. That one was a bit early. That one was later. Ah, awesome. Exactly 4 hours. Nice. Okay. Okie dokie. So we shall leave this here. Zoom. We shall come back in the next one. Continue on from there. And yeah, so we're playing Foundry this week. So obviously we plan it tomorrow and Wednesday. I'm invisible again. No. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we shall play more Foundry. And then Thursday and Friday won't be a stream. I'm out and about. I'm off up the country to see friends. So a lovely 4-hour drive ahead of me for that one. And then we should be back on Saturday for golf with Knuckle, and I will actually be awake this time. I will make a promise to you now. I will be awake on Saturday for that. So yes, tomorrow, Wednesday, Foundry, and then Saturday for golf. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.